We've all heard of the mythical creatures known as vampires. The most famous of these is, of course, Dracula. You might also know that Bram Stoker, author of the original Dracula story, took that name from the infamous Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Impaler. But where did the name come from originally? For that, we'll need to look back just a bit further. We don't know exactly when Dracula's father, Vlad II, was born, but our first contact with him is in 1395. He was descended from the house of Basarab, the first and only line of voivodes in Wallachia at the time, but he wasn't in line for the throne, being the illegitimate son of Mircea the Elder. In 1395, Vlad was sent to Sigismund of Luxembourg, the king of Hungary and future Holy Roman Emperor. After growing into a man, Vlad wanted to leave to take back Wallachia. In 1431, Nuremberg, Sigismund recognized the young man as the rightful heir to the region, and inducted him into the Order of the Dragon, a Christian order of chivalry not unlike the Knights Templar or Knights Hospitaller. Vlad couldn't lay claim to Wallachia though, as his half-brother Alexander Aldea was already voivode. But when the Wallachian voivode died in 1436, Vlad had his chance, and with Sigismund's and Hungary's support, he finally took his place as voivode. Just the next year though, things changed. Sigismund passed away and his kingdom grew weaker. Vlad felt forced to ally with the Ottoman Sultan, Murad II. The Ottomans were attempting to expand into Central Europe and the Balkans at this point. So Vlad was found aiding the Sultan in his invasion of Transylvania, within the Kingdom of Hungary. They left, having plundered Sibiu, and took around 30,000 captives. 3 years later, the new Voivode of Transylvania, John Hunyadi, met with Vlad to discuss turning on the Ottomans. In 1442, after Hunyadi got rid of the Ottomans in Transylvania, the Sultan became suspicious of Vlad and ordered him to meet with him at Edirne, which was then the capital. When Vlad arrived to meet the Sultan, he was captured. He would only be released later that year, leaving his 2 younger sons behind as hostages, Radu the Handsome and Vlad III, to ensure Vlad's allegiance. He took back Wallachia by force in 1443, marking his second, and final, stint as voivode. Vlad tried to play both sides during his rule. The Ottomans had his sons, and they were a powerful force, yet the European alliance expected his support when they undertook the crusade of Varna. He did send around 4,000 horsemen to aid against the Turks, but their combined armies fell to Murad. After the failed campaign, tensions rose again between Wallachia and Transylvania, and in 1447, Hunyadi invaded Vlad's residence at Târgoviște to set up a puppet voivode in his place. Vlad fled, but was found not long after and killed, along with his eldest son Mircea. An unflattering end for the father of who would become one of the most brutal men in history. Their line would be known as the House of Draculisty, after Vlad's membership in the Order of the Dragon, dragon meaning Dracul, or Drac. His son would be freed from the Ottomans, and ally himself with both his former captives and the Hungarians in order to take back Wallachia, and, sparked by vengeance for his father's death, begin a reign of brutality and terror throughout the Balkans. Thanks for watching Made in History. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos.